Welcome back to another episode of the Dubbed or Subbed podcast. We've got myself, Lucas.
Kamari, hi.
And this week we're back with another one of the animes that we watched on our Sunday night anime nights.
Yep.
We are here with The Rising of the Shield Hero.
Hearing the name actually gave me chills.
Crunchyroll Funimation.
Not probably Hulu?
What?
Probably Hulu?
Maybe?
I don't know.
But for those, for sure, those two, it's a really great show. We watched it dubbed. That's about all the information that we got for you before going into the nitty gritty.
We watched it dubbed. And for one of two reasons. One, majority of the animes that we watch on Sunday anime nights are probably going to be dubbed. Without, viable reason not to be. Because everything else that we watched, Yunetsu no Kaiba they didn't have a dub. And
what did you just say?
Yunetsu no Kaiba? Demon Slayer.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Yes. I switched the two letters on the first and
second word. You're talking about the fucking guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now.
No.
You definitely said Kaiba.
Yeah, I did say Kaiba. I switched the Kimetsu and the no Yaiba with Kimetsu or Yunetsu no Kaiba. Fuck off, Lucas. Alright, this is what I'm trying to learn Japanese. Anyways, don't fucking judge me for being illiterate. Hi.
It's been a long day today, guys.
Oh my god. But yeah, no. So majority of the stuff that we watch is will more than likely be
we're sober, guys.
will more than likely be dubbed, depending on the popularity of it and the difference between the dubbed and the subbed audio. Because we're watching
what did we just watch?
What did
we just watch?
Madoka.
Yes.
Yeah, Madoka. Which is another one that I've watched in dubbed and I've watched in subbed, and there's only slight differences, but we're watching it subbed because I don't think they have a dubbed version, but Bette has also watched it in subbed, so it's it depends. A lot of these ones are ones that we've already seen, so depending when we get to Your Lie in April, we'll be watching that one dubbed because my heart is wild.
That's gonna be soon.
Yep.
That's gonna be one of the probably next episodes that we end up recording.
Nah.
We've got two.
Yeah, we have two that we'll be recording, but we have to get through all of
I guess there will be 3 episodes until then.
Yeah, because we'll be watching something
Madoka,
else in between.
Insert mystery one here because we don't want to spoil it.
Oh, really? One that I was watching the other day?
No, Angel Beats.
Oh, okay.
No, the one on the 24th.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Hey, yeah. So I forgot we were doing that one. Yeah, so then it definitely will be at least 3 more until we get to that one. That's ironic as fuck. But yeah, okay, anyways, screw it. Let's get into the actual story of Shield Hero.
It is an isekai?
Yeah, it is an isekai. Yeah. Which also, we need to put the time I got reincarnated as a slime on the list, because that one apparently is really good as well, and it's another isekai. So basically, we get dropped in where this dude who is a self-proclaimed otaku is basically just living his best life, goes to the library, reads a book, and just gets transported to another world. Insert all of the list of names of other animes that have kind of the same general startup. But this time, he gets isekai'd into the world of Shield Hero. I don't even remember what it actually was.
No, the country's called Melromark.
Yeah, I don't know if it was ever like the world was proclaimed.
Right.
But yeah, so he comes in and he is one of the 4 cardinal heroes.
We have the Spear Hero, Sword Hero, Bow Hero, Shield Hero.
Yeah, and out of all these, the Shield Hero gets the most flack.
He is shit on.
Defecated. Endlessly. Everyone. The kids. The dogs spat at him as he was walking down the streets. It was bad. It was real bad.
I'm trying to think of a comparison to someone in real life that we could compare him to.
For being, spat on?
Someone who, like, walking down the street, people would throw shit at.
Oh, if you guys have...
Amber Heard. Go on.
Ooh, rough. If you guys have seen Game of Thrones, Cersei's Lannister, when she does the walk, like, the literal walk of shame down the from the church place to the things, or well, from the castle, the Black Cathedral, whatever the hell it's called, down to the church. That's what was happening. But yeah, so everyone gets isekai in. They're basically saying, hey, there's wars. We need you to save the people.
It's not even wars. It's like there's this random catastrophe that happens at a set time, and they're called waves that they have.
They're random at a set time.
Well, like all of them are different.
Yes.
There's different shit that pops up with all of them, and they need the cardinal heroes to to fight these waves so that their world can survive.
Ironically, like throughout all the catastrophes, Naofumi is the name of the main character, the shield hero. He's the only one that does anything in these catastrophes. So in my idea, the people could just handle the stuff on their own. Like, for, at least a decent portion until you end up meeting, Glass, who's, a boss later in the show.
The first wave they handled on their own, and what happened to Raphtalia's parents.
Hey.
Oh, spoilers!
So, you get in, basically, they do the whole TLDR of, like Lucas was saying, insert waves of catastrophe.
There's just
raves. Oh, God. Okay, I need to serious up on this one. I apologize, you guys. This has been a very long day with a lot of anime in it. So, yeah, there's waves of catastrophes. There's wars. Everyone's going out and fighting stuff. Everyone immediately off the jumps just starts shitting on the shield heroes, coming from the king down to the kids. So much to say that when they were trying to decide on, who, for party members for the different 4 Cardinal heroes, there's, 12 people that can choose. Maybe you just pull a raffle, 3 people go with each of them, call it even. No.
Just no one went with Naofumi.
Sword Dude got, people, 6.
I know, 5 people went to Spear Guy.
Because it was him and his harem.
4 went with Itsuki?
Probably, yeah.
And the rest went with Ren?
Yeah.
Basically. No, I think Spear Dude had the most.
Yeah, because he had...
I don't want to say his name. He's bitch boy to me.
Motoyasu. Yeah, I just keep thinking of Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes. I apologize. But either way, so he gets no one. He spends an entire,
No, not right away. He gets no one.
Yo,
and then someone steps away from Spear Dude's party, and they're like, I'll go with you, hero.
So the princess, Mine, goes with Shield Hero, okay? They're like, well, everyone but me apparently was like, oh, she's so nice. She's helping him out. I didn't like her from the beginning, all right? From the jump, I want to kick her in the teeth.
In retrospect.
Yeah. So she goes with Shield Hero.
She didn't call him her name, or his name.
She just said Shield Hero.
Sir Shield Hero.
She goes with him. She teaches him, or she shows him, the run-of-the-mill, takes him to the not the mason.
The blacksmith.
The blacksmith, there we go. And she gets him equipment. They go to the field, they train, all this other type of stuff. And they go back, stay in a hotel, an inn, essentially. The whole thing is very D&D, not D&D based, but D&D themed, very fantasy type.
It's a fantasy RPG, essentially.
So they get into the thing. She's like, hey, let's drink. He's like, nah, fam, I'm not about that life. He's like, you know what, maybe I'll save a drink for you someday. Woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. You're like, hey, let's allude to there being a thing between the two of them because it's the beginning and every isekai needs their love interest. This one wasn't it.
Yeah, because he wakes up. Jack shit on him. All of his stuff's just gone.
Yeah.
All of his money, clothes, nothing.
Literally took the clothes. If he wouldn't have slept in his clothes, she would have taken the clothes off of his chair. Everything. Took his money, took everything. Luckily, his shield has a little
it
little
can't
thing.
Be removed.
His shield can't be removed, but there's a pocket in it, and he put the money in the pocket, which is pretty dope. But yeah, so the entire
the first episode is a long one to get through, which is why we're talking so much about it.
It is genuine about 40.
It's a 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
First episode.
Long. But yeah, so the entire thing is like the first episode sets up where everyone is just smashing on the shield hero. He gets set up. She claims that he had done treacherous things to her. We're not going to get into that one. And he gets essentially kicked out, and the king, who is Mine's dad, says that if you weren't the shield hero, I would just kill you right now. Which, I mean, I don't think that's how you're supposed to be running
a country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even a matriarch, or it's not even
It's a matriarchy.
Yeah, it's not a patriarchy, it's a matriarchy. I don't even think he had the power to do that to him. Let's be honest here.
But
I
something
digress.
happened against the princess, so I get it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
So,
they did say that the punishment for that is death. That is pointed out. But still.
Alright. So, the rest of it okay, so that's the end of episode 1, 45 minutes, episode 1, 2, and 3, is basically just him saying, you know what, screw everyone, screw all of you guys. If you're going to treat me like a villain, I'm just going to go and do my own thing. I don't even want to be here. Send me back. I want to dip. They're like, no, we can't send you back until all 4 of the heroes die. Which I think is pretty fun.
Or the waves are defeated?
Or the waves are defeated, yeah. But like,
he's not
death.
going back. He's not going back.
So then they go through like a whole not training montage, but like a little like
he finds out that party members can help him gain XP. Yeah.
That was like 2 episodes down.
Nah, because Raphtalia and him go against the 2-headed thing in episode 2 in the cave.
Did he get Raphtalia in the first episode?
Right at the end of the first episode, beginning of the second episode.
Interesting.
Yep.
What I was thinking was when he was just fighting all the balls.
I also thought that it was way further down the line.
Interesting. So he goes and finds out that he doesn't take any damage from these like little ball. Like they're basically just dodgeballs.
They're balloons, essentially.
Yeah, they're just balloons that are like base level villains or enemies. And he goes, captures a lot of them, and just lets them like nom on his body, and uses that to like blackmail merchants and shit to like buy his stuff at like proper price. Because everyone was trying to shortchange him.
Because he's the shield hero.
He's the shit, is what they meant to say. Fucking now for me every day. Anyways, so the rest of the anime is basically just like, hey, there's waves. And like the main idea of the rest of the anime is, hey, there's waves. Let's defeat these waves. While also reminding Shield Hero that he's trash. And we're seeing it from Shield Hero's perspective of, I'm not.
It's kind of hard to sit through at times. They put in a good amount of like action and comedy to counteract the sheer uncomfortability of being put in the perspective of everyone's just shitting on you. Mm-hmm. But it's tough sometimes, where you just get mad because of how he's being treated.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like the whole first episode. Like I know we had a friend that didn't make it past the first episode. 100% understandably. Like it's rough. But I think that's like, for me, that was one of the better parts of the anime, of how uncomfortable, how unforgiving
everyone is, or I don't know what you're
more
trying
like
to say.
how caring the entire anime is about making stuff rough. Mm-hmm. Like it was like at times it was just kind of, it was like, it just sucked to watch, because as the hero you want to root for him and you want him to be a good guy, but you also can see why he isn't like a good guy. Because
he turns very like cynical and almost acts as if he's a bad guy.
Yeah, like,
but that's just because everyone else treats him like the bad guy, so he's just like, you know what, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
If that's how people are going to look at me, I'll give them a reason to look at me that way.
He goes through so the, 1/3 of the entire show, maybe like a half of the show, is basically just him going and fixing all of the issues that the other cardinal heroes have like made. So
Ren killed the dragon and assumed that it would disappear, but the body just rotted and essentially brought a plague to that city. Mm-hmm. Itsuki dethroned the king, without making sure that another guy reasonable would take over. So it was just a different shitty guy got put back in charge.
He just made a whole shitty revolution.
Yeah, and then Bitch Boy didn't do his research into a plant seed that he discovered and planted so that this town could have food, and then it ended up taking over the town and infecting people. And now Fumi had to go and clean up the mess after everyone.
So, yeah.
And none of them would admit that they fucked up because they didn't want to be talked down on by the SHIELD hero.
Yep. So this is like... So, first episode, second, third, and I'd say maybe the fourth are all about, like, setting stuff up. Like, setting up characters. He ends up meeting his teammate, his party companion, i.e. love interest, Raphtalia. He buys her as a slave child, who is a... They were called, not demi-humans, were they?
Yeah, demi-humans.
Demi-humans?
Yep.
So, she's a demi-human. She's a squirrel?
Raccoon, tanuki, depends on which...
Really?
Yeah.
She's a
it
tanuki?
says both. If you look up like the wiki stuff, it says raccoon/tanuki. So
I didn't know she was a tanuki. I think I like her a little bit better now. I thought she was a squirrel. No, like straight up, sort of God. I thought she was like a squirrel. Why? I don't know. I just thought like it kind of fit. Little ears, her tail like wag. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see tanukis in my normal life.
I feel like I've encountered more tanukis in the past 3 months than I have in the rest of my life.
You obviously didn't play much Mario, huh?
See, I'm also referencing Mario because we just got the cosplay Mario Tanuki hats in at work.
Oh, I'm gonna go into your store pretty soon. So, yeah. So the first like couple episodes are him and her training, building trust with one another, woo, and that portion ends at the beginning of the first wave, and then they go and fight them. And I'm gonna talk about the waves separately or at least I wanted to talk about it later, so we can just go over each wave individually, and we can just kind of express the entire story as a whole, and then break down those parts. Because for me, the waves were like a completely different portion of the anime, because it was like, hey, normal life. Now let's just get teleported. Let's get isekai'd into a different section of this isekai to fight demons, and then get dropped back, and then just continue your normal life. I don't know. Because there's like a bunch of different plot threads and stuff that are going on about like mine just being a pain in the ass. So they end up training. They go into the first war, and then that's where the second session of the complete anime starts, where Motoyashi ends up becoming more the villain, or not even the villain. He becomes the pawn of the anime, towards goes, hey, let's stop these waves, to hey, let's just kill him, please, and then transitioning towards the end, which introduced a whole nother set of villains. So for me to have like a 25 episode series? Yeah. So 25 episodes, roughly 28 because of how long the first episode was, you have 3 complete villain switches. For me, I wish they would have focused on one of them more, because you have at the beginning the waves.
The villain is supposed to be the wave, and it's just the underlying villain as it goes on.
Yes.
Like, this is the main issue here. The other issues that you're encountering, such as Bitch Boy and the other ones at the end.
The literal Pope.
The Pope. Forgot about the Pope. I don't know how I forgot about the Pope. He literally made a crater.
Oh my god. So yeah. So
Hashtag episode 18.
Jesus Christ. So yeah. So basically, like, for me, that was just one of the rougher portions about watching this entire anime, is that like there was a lot to see as villains. There's a lot of stuff to like be focused on, that all of them just kind of got dropped. Like, they were picked up in different places and dropped in different places. So, for example, the beginning, mine is the main villain. Well, okay, other than the waves. I'm completely taking the waves out because they were just the underlining, like, plot progression device.
I mean, mine is an antagonist that is present through the entire show.
The entire show?
Until they call her just bitch.
Yeah.
Until they rename her bitch.
So, mine is the main villain or not the main villain, but the main antagonist at the beginning, because she is the one that is, like, your main focus of why did she do this, other than just being a brat. Then it switches over to meeting Glass for, like, 2 episodes.
Glass?
when the second wave, when they're fighting on the pirate ship, and Glass is like, she seems like she's going to be
forgot what her name was.
Yeah, she seems like she's going to be the new main villain, and she just doesn't come back until the end of the series. Episodes after that, Episodes after that, Motoyashi ends up being the, like, not even the main villain, but the main, like, dumbass. Like, he literally is just being like... oh my god.
I would like to say that you still have not pronounced his name correctly.
Motoyashi?
Nope.
What the fuck?
Motoyasu. And I'm gonna just sit here and laugh every time it happens.
Motoyasu. See, and that's how much we didn't refer to him in this house.
No, he was fucking bitch. Like, he was just a spear boy. We didn't call him his name because we didn't like him.
I feel like we should censor this episode. Or we should tally how many times. I'll watch it. I'll tally how many times that we...
don't make me censor it, though.
Don't censor it. I'll just add a tally of how many times we cuss in reference just to Motoyasu. So...
I, honest to God, thought you were going to say Motoyashi again, and I wasn't going to say a goddamn thing.
But yeah, so Motoyasu becomes the, like, main villain because he's a pawn. But, like... He doesn't know that everyone else does, so it doesn't even make him seem like a good villain because he's being used, and he's just so stupid. Like, genuinely just dumb. And then they introduce how the church is, like, the main, like, another villain, and then the Pope comes out an episode later and tries to kill the shield hero and the spear hero?
And blame it on the shield hero.
Yeah, well, actually, no, yes.
Because he thought that he had killed the
sword and the bow.
Yeah.
Right? Did I say that wrong?
Yes. No, you said it right.
Okay. So yes, you're right.
Because he's there, and him and Motoyasu are having a duel. And then the Pope comes up, and it's
he does try to kill. Okay, so it wasn't two of them. So we thought that he killed the sword and his bow, and then he tried to kill the shield and the spear. And you're like, oh, yo, the Pope, that's wild. And the entire time they're setting up how new, like, the Queen is supposed to be coming back. And then they don't even, like... The Queen gets there and does some cool stuff. And then Naofumi just does cooler stuff, but almost dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like...
It's part of being an anime character.
True, and like...
And the anime main character.
Alright, you're right. Like, I don't know. There's some...
Gotta almost die to be a protagonist.
So, Queen comes in.
I feel like we're forgetting a lot.
I'm just skipping over a lot because it's going to get readdressed. Like,
I'm just saying, like, we're completely forgetting, like, the fact that he picked up a filial egg, which are, like, these big things, and then it grew up to be able to turn into a person.
I was choosing to forget that.
You were choosing to forget Philo?
Yes.
Philo kicked Spear Dude in the nuts.
She did.
Like, thrice.
She was a lolly, and it was creepy.
Let's
forget that.
She's just a child.
Yeah, and every scene with her and Motoyasu, and it was...
Motoyasu's the creepy one there. You can't blame any of that on Philo.
It was still weird.
Because he made it weird.
I know, it doesn't make it less weird. All I'm saying is...
But the Stockholm Syndrome of Raphtalia falling in love with her owner, that's not weird. That's not... This man literally bought this young girl from, like, to be his... There's a slave seal on her chest. She grows up, because at level 9, demi-humans grow up into humans, and then she falls in love with this guy. And that's not the weird part. The weird part is the bird that turns into a girl who another guy is trying to protect.
An adult!
Eventually.
How far are we in? Because this is going to get... Alright, cool. We got time. Yes, that whole Stockholm Syndrome thing was weird. But at least, she aged. At least it was like, okay, you know what? This is a weird world, whatever. Stockholm Syndrome isn't always the worst thing. But he wasn't like... It's not like he was like caging her up or anything. It's not like he kidnapped her. He literally took her from the cage and, like, was like, hey, here's food.
For some money.
In exchange for some money, yes.
He paid for her.
Yo, you find love in crazy places, man. All I'm saying is, she was an adult. Like, 4 episodes in. Philo was a child. Philo was a child.
Philo was a bird and then became a child. Like
Philo came from an egg. Like, Raphtalia was at least born when they met. Philo came from an egg.
Raphtalia is like 3 months, no, Philo's like 3 months old because there's been like 2 waves since they've had.
Yo, she's 3 months old, hitting on Naofumi, jealous of Raphtalia and whatever the blue-haired chicks, Mel, jealous of both of them because Naofumi's showing them attention. You're literally his child.
Literally raised her from birth. That one's the creepy part. But that is creepy.
The whole situation was weird. Raphtalia, like, I can understand it because, like, I don't even know if it would be considered, like, Stockholm Syndrome because, like, it wasn't
I wonder
like...
how old she actually is because she just hasn't leveled up.
Philo?
No, Raphtalia.
Well, technically she's, like,
because
18.
she was a child, after aging. She was a child at the end of the first wave.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way that the ages work for demi-humans is they age as they level up, so they just skip all of, like, puberty and just go straight to adulthood.
It's like child, adult, evolution.
Like, less child, and then, evolve. What Raphtalia is evolving?
Got to level 9. Bum, 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 bum.
But yeah, so, I don't know. It was less weird because it wasn't like he, like, stole her and then, like, hid her away in a chamber and was like, hey, I'm your only source of, like, whatever now. He was like, yo, I need you to do this because if you don't, we're both gonna die and I need someone who can not die.
Are you talking about Philo or Raphtalia?
Raphtalia.
Yeah, He
was super...
He needed someone to be his sword, and he would be her shield.
And he was super nice to her.
Yes.
So it's not like it was, like, unreasonable.
Not too unreasonable.
So, yeah, we continue through the story, and the Pope tries to kill everybody, and then you think you're done. The Pope tries to kill everybody, the Queen gets home, she finds out that Mine and the King were just being straight douches, put slave seals only on Mine for some reason, and not the King.
No, it was on Mine and the King. Mine was just the only one that was lying.
Oh, okay, cool.
The King was just saying stuff in ways that weren't technically lies.
That ass.
But Mine was just straight up lying. She's a lying, two-faced bitch.
They basically had, like, a court session, and it was like, hey, is this what is, like, did this really happen? She's like, yes, that's what happened. The shield hero should be, like,
locked away and murdered.
And the Queen's like, all right, cool. We're going to put a slave seal on you, and then let's see if that's the truth. And she could... Wait.
This is also projected to everyone in the country, too.
Yo, so everyone in the country sees her getting electrocuted as she lies, all right? Motoyasu says, no, she's not lying. Even though she's getting electrocuted right now, she's not lying. This has to be some work of the shield devil. Here, let me put a different slave crest on her so that way she won't lie to me. Puts a different slave crest on her. She still lies, and he still doesn't believe it's lies.
At that point, he's just like, oh, well, maybe, but probably not. No.
He was just stupid.
Arrogant.
So that happens. They're going to execute the king and the princess because they... Oh, yeah, spoilers, like, 30 minutes back. They're going to execute the king and the princess because... they were trying to completely destroy the country. Yeah. And Shield Hero saves them from getting executed. And I think the best way that he could have done it, possibly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
They're in, like, guillotines and like, about to get their heads chopped off. I think he had a flashback about it beforehand. I don't really remember. And then he's like, hey, you know what? Death is too good for these people. Let's just give them nicknames. And as Lucas referred to earlier...
He be bitch, or she be bitch. I don't remember what he be.
He be should have dead.
But yeah, she will forever be known as bitch.
And then it was actually...
And it's so funny hearing them talk about her for the rest of the show, because there was once where like she goes, and then Mine, bitch.
Because like, and it's funny because Mine isn't her real name. it's her like adventuring name. So then she has mine as the adventuring name that she goes by, and then has like another like formal name, and they give her bitch and whore for each name.
Yeah.
And then, oh god, like the queen's in on it. It was interesting. So after this, they just kind of say bye for like.
They're like, we've got other shit to do. The waves come in different countries and not just yours, so we want to protect everyone.
So there's that. You find out that the shield heroes are never supposed to be called to one country. They're supposed to be one for each country. They protect their own country and then come together and help each other. Like,
yeah.
Either way.
Shield hero goes to the demi-human country. Somehow gets lordship of the town that Raphtalia's from. Because after they saved her friends
from a T-Rex. Friend?
R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole arc that I decided to skip.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so their home base is Raphtalia's hometown.
It's actually, and to be very direct and literal with you guys, it is a favor from the queen.
Oh, that's what it was.
For changing her husband and daughter's names to bitch and let's just say asshole.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what his name is.
I would check my phone, but I'm talking to it.
But yeah, so basically for keeping them alive, she's like, hey, what do you want? He's like, here, I want this town. She's like, sure, take it. Have fun. And like literally, so back to what I was saying, they take like 3 episodes of them just saying bye consistently. Like everyone's just saying bye to everyone. And then we find out we have 3 episodes left. And at the end of the 21st episode, you meet this dude who has literally been in the trailers since the first episode. Or no.
No, because they changed the opening sequence like in the second half.
So he's in it the last 3 episodes of the second half of the show. And it's essentially, what is the thing? Not Eviolite. There is a Pokemon item that gives you more experience when you're holding it. I don't remember what it's called, but basically, they went to an island that is this item.
They went to an island that had a plus or 2 times XP bonus weekend. Like that's. It was a bonus XP weekend because it lasted like 3 days. It was a bonus XP weekend on this island. That's all that it was. So they're like, yeah, let's go with the rest of the heroes. And then they meet this guy and his partner, and they're like, that's where we're going. And then they go there.
And they just kill stuff.
Yeah.
And get drunk.
And then there's another wave.
At the place, yeah. Philo finds a temple underground that for some reason has a dragon...
At the Dragon Hourglass.
Which makes me wonder how many Dragon Hourglasses there are. Mm-hmm. Because... What? Like...
Yeah.
What?
But it's very close to being empty. It's counting down.
They had like a day and a half.
Flip. Yeah. And yeah.
And the invasion, which I don't know how they... Okay, so the way that they showed it was that there's like a little timer of how much time is left in the hourglass. I don't know if that was when they were only looking at the hourglass or if that was just a menu thing because when they were like...
That was just always in the top right.
Yeah, if that's the case, what's the need for the hourglass? 2, how do they know where the waves... Like, it's just like, oh yeah, we just know where the waves are going to show up. Why don't more people come together?
Maybe at first you have to encounter that Dragon Hourglass in order to see it.
So each different...
Or maybe each Dragon Hourglass has its own, like, jurisdiction, I guess.
So then...
So there's a Phantom Hourglass in every different country. Or a Phantom Hourglass. # Legend of Zelda. There's a Dragon Hourglass in every one of the countries.
Okay.
So maybe it's just got, like, its own jurisdiction. Like, radius.
So... Oh, man.
I don't know. I'm trying to justify it.
I'm not trying to unjustify it. I just got questions, man. So, the last wave is at this place that they went vacationing in, basically. Raphtalia is wearing a swimsuit. They go there. They set up for the next thing because if the place is there, they're going to get destroyed, and it's a great vacation place. It's basically it's the beach episode of Shield Hero. Tell me I'm wrong, Lucas. Each anime needs a beach rep episode.
You're right.
So, they fight this wave. And actually, yeah, that was the finale.
Yeah.
The last two episodes. Yeah, you're right.
So were you wanting to talk about every individual wave?
Okay, yes. I'm gonna start by saying, you guys, each wave, the wave started off as such a good mechanic and plot point in the show, and they just digressively got worse and worse.
The first one was fantastic.
Like, oh my god. Okay, so can I explain the first one and then I'll let you explain the other two?
Can I take the first one because I don't really remember the other two?
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna have some points for the first one then. Go ahead.
All right. So, do you just want to talk about them all?
No, go.
So the first one, I only remember it because my favorite scene takes place during it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Raphtalia, take off.
Yo, that's
so during
dope.
the first wave, is it just Raphtalia and?
Yeah, it's just the two of them.
It's just the two of them at this point. So it's the two of them, and they're in a really small village. That is, what?
That the village they had been to before. They had traveled to the village, and it was the one place that had actually helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, the help shield hero.
They didn't turn their backs on them.
Which is why this village is so important, which is why I think this first wave is genuinely amazing. This show was great until this episode for me, and then progressively got a little bit worse every episode.
Interesting.
Yes.
So they go to this small village that had not turned their backs on them before to help them during this fucking crisis, catastrophe, and there's just all sorts of demons and shit.
Bees.
Did you say bees?
Wasps, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah,
There's
I forget
a bee?
Where?
And they're going, and a bunch of guards roll in to, go against the waves, and they're just like, no, we're not going to help this town at all. Mm-hmm. We're just going to leave it. We're going to leave you. Bye. Mm-hmm. And Shield Hero's like, nah. Well, how the fuck are you going to do that? These people need protecting just as much as the next people. To which some of the guards you can see are like, well, maybe he's got a point. Most of them are like, fuck this guy.
Because he's the shield hero.
Because he's the shield hero. The shield devil.
Yeah, what he was referred to often.
And man, I just can't get past Raphtalia takeoff. That's the point in my head where it stops. Because there's this dope-ass scene where she jumps in through the air, just starts slicing and dicing, and... What?
No, I'm just letting you go. I'm holding. I'm waiting my turn.
And oh my god, it's such an amazing scene. We watched it twice.
Yo, yeah.
We watched it. I
watched it 4 times.
Let's go back and see that again.
Dude, okay.
Because it was him defending himself and basically defending her, and he's just like, "Well, she'll handle it." Raphtalia, take off. She does. Oh man, she does.
Takes my heart with her too. So, while this first wave is going on, the spear, bow, and sword heroes are all fighting one manticore. Or, I don't know if it was I don't think it was a manticore. I think it was a chimera. I don't remember. It was either one of the two. Either manticore or chimera. One of the two. Most definitely.
No, I'm just wondering, because I know that Naofumi fought one by himself with the party, and I can't remember if that one was a manticore or...
Is it Naofumi fought one by himself?
Mm-hmm. When they were in the cave?
There's one that so
just the party fought.
I think that one was the...
Chimera.
Yeah, that was the chimera, and this one's the manticore then.
I think so.
So, either way, the three of them are fighting this one thing, and Naofumi is saving this city, alright? He has, a ties to this city. It was super dope, whatever. The scene that Lucas is referencing was amazing in the sole fact that it was the best animated scene in the entire show. He said...
That was the money shot.
That was the money shot, man. That was the Sakuga. So, he's like, hey, you guys, to the hero, or the soldiers that are staying, protect the people of the city, go and get them set up and everything, get them, out of here, essentially. And they're like, oh, well, what about you guys? He's like, nah, fam, we're good. We're gonna fight this giant demon. And they're like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. Raphtalia, take off. And she's like, got it. Dips. All right? Jumps up the dude, slashes his leg, everything. And they're doing this, this like swapping motion of protecting and attacking, and the camera angle is just one continuous like scene through the fight, and they're just coming over the shoulders of the camera and coming underneath. It was an amazing shot. All the other fights are very let's use this special move to attack. It didn't work. Now it's your turn to use a special move. This one was literally like combat. If you've seen, and I'm gonna go back to Game of Thrones. If you've seen the Battle of the Bastards, it was like that. Battle of the Bastards is one of the best choreographed fights that I've ever seen in my life. All right, so it's beautiful. It's amazing. Had me super stoked. Whatever. He saves the city. There's people that are thanking him. They get back to the castle, and he gets shat on again because he wasn't there fighting the Manticore the Manticore. They were like, "Oh, you're in the city. We're gonna give them 800 gold pieces of gold or silver or whatever it was. We're gonna give you 3 because you're the shield hero." Whatever. I liked even that portion of this because he was doing something that was important to him and he was protecting the people. But because he wasn't doing the hero-y portion of it all, he was getting shat on. Okay, great first wave. As the show continues, he meets people who were relatives and family members and new people from that city.
Like the old lady.
The old lady.
That he saved with his potion.
Yeah. And actually, he saves the old lady with the potion like 2-3 episodes earlier. And then she comes back and fights with him in that fight. Or was it that fight?
That was the second wave.
So then she comes back the second wave. Either way, people were related to the city.
Airship one.
Was she on the airship?
No, she was on the city, and she was like, "I'll protect this city. Go deal with what you need to deal."
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So, like, the entire thing is that, like, he gets bonuses because the person he'd been selling his herbs to was like, "Yo, my grandmother lived in that city," or not the witch, but like the magic lady was like, "Hey, I have a nephew that lives in that city. He just saved people by doing something that was important to him. It was a super dope fight scene. It affected the story. All right, first wave, cinematic storytelling, beautiful masterpiece. Second wave, none of that.
Second wave was a lot more less battly, more like talkity. Like this is the wave that makes you realize that you need to all work together or nothing's gonna work.
And they didn't even work.
And they don't work together. It's just the one where it's like this is what you guys need to do, and they're still like, "Nah, I'll never work with a shield hero."
So before this wave, like 2 episodes before, as we referred to earlier, Naofumi, he cleans up the dragon that Rin defeated, but it comes back to life, and he has to kill the dead dragon, and he ends up getting part of his shard into his shield, and then gets like it's curse mark shield.
It's just it's the cursed shield, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
The curse shield, essentially. He gets this, and it's his big power-up move now. It's his Naruto demon form. It's his Yusuke demon form. It's his everyone's demon form. Everyone has a demon form.
Yeah.
So there's that. And he gets it. 2 episodes later, he's now in the wave. And there isn't like as much impact with the story and with the fighting. Nothing dope happens. You find out that the 3 other heroes are on a battleship and they're fighting like different things, and they can't find out how to actually kill the big monster. And Naofumi gets up there. It's like, hey, it's this. Use light, stabs the thing, and kills the monster. Which pulls out a different monster, and they fight that with everyone using like their like specials essentially. But it doesn't work. Okay. Second dopest scene is the Iron Maiden. On this wave, he activates his curse shield.
He puts him in the ball.
Puts him in the... I don't remember what it was called.
I don't remember what that one's called, but he uses it for protecting himself, but also damaging, because he puts him in the ball. Like, spikes go through that, and then it goes into the air, and then it gets trapped inside a giant fucking Iron Maiden.
Think the Russian, or not Russian,
Russian nesting dolls? Is that what you're referring to?
Is it not Russian? For some reason, I was thinking it was Asian.
No, Russia. Well, I mean Russia
they're very
is
close. Yeah.
Asia.
Yeah, you're right. I'm stupid. But yeah, so Russian nesting dolls. It's essentially one of those. Ball goes up. But yeah, so this super dope scene. They finished the wave, but last time when they beat the Manticore,
the wave ended.
The wave ended. This time they beat the Soul Thing. The wave continues. Why? No one knows.
Until
now they fight this chick named Glass,
who's got like
fans.
Kunai. Oh no, it was fans. Yeah,
fucking fans. And she's like super strong. Why?
No idea yet.
But she's the new big bad person that we need to get stronger than to defeat. But because they ran out of time in the wave, she had to leave. When that didn't mean a damn thing in the first one. There was not that there was no impact. This entire one was like, hey, we need to work together. They're like, nah, we're not going to do that. He kills the thing on his own anyways. So the story just kind of progresses how it was. There was one dope scene, but it was one big, like, this is a transition into like, oh, let's use powerful spells to like kill everything instead of like actually fighting. With the Iron Maiden. Was it dope? Yes. Did I want to see more of it? Yes. Did I appreciate it? Nah. The next wave is the one on the islands, and they're fighting a giant fish.
Yeah, essentially a megalodon.
They're fighting a megalodon and get it drunk. I think is how they beat it.
So there were super concentrated like wine balls.
Oh yeah.
That they dumped it. They didn't do that. It wasn't. That's how they incapacitated all the smaller fish. And fucking megalodon, they were like, we just got to figure this shit out.
How'd they kill it?
I don't remember.
That's how forgettable it was.
Honestly, because that wasn't the big point of this wave.
It wasn't.
Because they killed that, and then they're like... it's a random dude and his partner that they met on the boat, and Glass. That comes out that they are their own world's cardinal heroes, and they're just trying to save their own world.
Mm-hmm.
But these cardinal heroes are their enemies?
Mm-hmm. They did that.
They did that.
They did that.
They did that.
And, like, and I get that wasn't, like, it wasn't, the Megalodon wasn't the important part, but, like, it's a wave. It's important.
Mm-hmm. They just really threw it under the rug.
100%. So, like, for me, the progression of the anime just got worse and worse with, like, combat for starters, with the way that the story was kind of told for starters, the way that the overall focus of the anime was in spurts and waves. They met the ancient queen Philolial.
Not fallopian.
Not the fallopian queen, the Philolian queen. And she was a super dope character, but she had ties to the original Shield hero, but was never there during the waves. Why didn't we just summon that Big Bertha up and have her fight with us?
Because she's not a party member.
She could just show up.
I mean, I guess. How long are we going, man?
I'm sorry. I was talking for
43. All right.
Perfect. Perfect.
So let's start with music.
Sorry, let me steal my arm.
Let's start with music. Opening theme. Pretty good.
Yo, yeah.
It's a pretty good theme.
Yeah. That was nice. It reminded me of, God, I said it like 43 minutes ago. What was it?
Big Time Rush.
Yes, Big Time Rush.
I don't remember the outro.
Outro was pretty solid too.
All right, heard. I'll take your word for it.
It wasn't amazing, but it was like I wasn't upset when I started hearing it. I didn't want to immediately leave, but it was like, I gotta get to the next episode.
7 out of 10.
Yeah. Was the music during the show?
That's what I don't remember. 7 out of 10. Based solely on Big Time Rush.
6. I'm not a Big Time Rush fan.
You didn't watch that TV show?
No. That or the Jonas Brothers show, or I did watch
Naked
Camp
Brothers
Rock.
Band?
Or the Naked Brothers Band, didn't watch that.
So I feel like we've talked enough about the plot where we don't really need to discuss it. What would you rate it? Because I think I liked it a lot more than you did. Maybe not a lot, but I definitely think I liked it more than you.
7.75.
Oh, I was gonna give it an 8. So I mean, not
cool.
too much.
Yeah,
more.
no, it wasn't the worst. It's just there's a lot of things that I liked about it, and there's also a lot of things I didn't like about it. It was D&D themed, dude. It was a fantasy. I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like it. So it's just they could have done it, like, in my opinion, better. But I say that too much. I'm not a snob. I apologize, you guys.
So for visuals, it's tough for me because, like we just discussed in the wave scene, I feel like the scenes during the waves are very good looking.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of them, pretty subpar, and there's only 3 waves in the entire show so far. Like a 5 for visuals, because it's average. It's average.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 6.8, 7.
You giving it a 7?
I'm gonna give it a 7. The fact that it had those really good scenes, it bumps it up for me than just average because it has the potential to actually be able to do that. And the rest of the show everything else did look really smooth. Like, all in all, it was very flashy. They had a lot of the demon or the dragons and the monsters and stuff that they were fighting looked really good in and out of the waves. The character design honestly was really fun. I liked the character design themselves of everybody.
I like seeing how the weapons change throughout.
Yeah, and even in
dragon.
Yo, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Yeah,
I'm bumping that up.
It wasn't bad, but it could have not even could have. They showed that they did better. But all in all, the actual design and feeling of the show was very unique and very nice. So, yeah.
So 7, 8, 7. What's that? 22.
6, 8, 7. Yeah, Big Time Rush. Yeah. So I got 21. Huh.
Not bad. Not a bad one. Go check it out before season 2 comes out.
Yeah. I had something that I was. Oh yes. Hi. So we're going to be inputting Instagram in with a lot of our stuff that we're going to be doing. So if you guys have probably already seen this by now. If you follow me personally on Instagram, I released, as of releasing of this recording, I have released the recordings of our Promised Neverland episodes onto Instagram, and they will also be on YouTube as well. If you guys want to keep up with these, follow me on Instagram, at sin_prototype. I plan on doing a short video on the Cursed Shield and why I think that was the worst introduction into the entire show. So there's that.
Want to talk about ramen?
Yeah, I can talk about ramen. Hey, you guys, do you like ramen? Do you like all things ramen, ramen-a? Go ahead and check out our affiliate or our sponsor and one and the same, Ramen on the Block, BLOC.com. It is a brick and mortar location out here, and you guys have probably heard it 1,000 times by now. You're going to hear it 1,000 more as these episodes continue. We have a close friend that has a shop out here in our location, in the location a little bit south of us, and a location a little bit more southwest of us. And they do online shipping. So if you go to ramenontheblock.com, you can get if you use the promo code DOS, you can get 10% off of your entire transaction. If you get a transaction that's over $50, you get free shipping, and they have been doing all types of ramen flavors.
Kit Kat flavors.
Yeah, Kit Kat flavors. Ramen-a.
I really want to go back and get some more of that spicy ramen. I need to stop being a bitch.
Yeah, you do.
Spicy, cheesy ramen.
Do it tomorrow. I got you. But yeah, so they have all these things. They're also, he has been looking into getting merch. So we'll be getting anime backpacks, keychains. As far as I know that we're on the website, backpacks, keychains. He's going to be doing posters and stuff like that soon. So it will kind of be like a very good one-stop shop for all of your anime needs. When we do get things kind of set up and working out very well in our favor, we're going to be working on a lot of binge bags. As I think what we were thinking about calling them earlier. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. And yeah, ramenontheblock.com, BLOC. Go and get some ramen.
Let us know if you have any merch ideas. Hit the like button. Subscribe so you know whenever we post a new one. And so YouTube likes us.
Yeah. Algorithm, all that fun stuff. If you are listening to this
Also hit subscribe.
Yeah, if you've stayed this long, obviously we're doing something wrong or right. Either way, hit the subscribe so you can complain or endorse us even further.
But leave a comment.
Yeah. All the fun YouTube things, right? But I got nothing else to say.
Nah.
Except for Raphtalia.
Best waifu?
Best waifu? There's no other. Are you saying that Raphtalia is?
Yes.
in the show or just in general?
Where does she rank in general?
Man, I can think of like
let's go. Let's do like a tier list.
I can do
S, A, B, C, D, F.
Oh, she's at. Oh, okay. If it's a tier list like that, I can do easily an A.
A tier?
Yeah, I can do A tier.
Raphtalia is an A tier waifu.
Yeah, I can do A tier waifu all day. I was just gonna say because like you can put multiple in A tier. She would be like middle-ish, endish of A tier. We got Asuna, we got Shinon, we got excuse me, Ami up there.
Meanery.
Ami.
It's been fun, guys.
Take it easy, you guys. Oh, that was a good one.